So in this video, I will be showing you how to create a scrolling background in Scratch. And why is it very important? It's because scrolling background gives the feeling that a character is moving forward or your sprite is moving forward. So your sprite can appear to be running, walking, flying, but on a real sense, they are just in one place, right? So it is a scrolling background that does the trick. Those games you play when you see character running or you feel that you are controlling your character running to different direction, it is a scrolling background that does the magic. So how do we do this? Currently, I have a character. I've already programmed it. I've created a script already in our previous video, and it appears to be working, right? So one thing we need to know first is that I know your mind will go to the stage background. That's true. Now, if I should click on the stage background um, that's above the shows a backdrop area, which is this top here, I should click on it. There's something I want you to take note. It says stage selected, no motion blocks. So you can't create scrolling background with your sprites background or backdrop. You can't do that. That backdrop is usually still. It doesn't move, it is still, right? So for us to create a scrolling background, we have to create a sprite. Normally if we want to add a sprite, we come to this choose a sprite button, but in this case we're not clicking on this button directly, rather we are going to paint. So we're going to paint our background. So I'll click on this and it will take me to the costume tab, right? Hope you remember this tab. So now while you're in the costume tab, we're going to create our paint here, right? Our background, I mean. So I want to reduce the zoom percent. Why? So that I can see the ends of the rectangle, all the end, where the edge of the rectangle, because the background I'll be creating will be a little bit bigger than the rectangle. So first of all, I want to create a floor where the character will be walking. So to create that floor, I come with this rectangle, then I'll drag here. I think this place is okay for the floor. So if you take note, my rectangle goes to the right. That's it. The width is a little bit more than the width of this workspace, right? So also the height below, I took it past where the workspace stops, so it's appropriate like that. So now that we've created the work, we can change color. If you want to change color, you make sure it's selected. If this is not selected or you are clicking and it's not selecting, all you can do is to come to this select to click on it, and then you click on it again, it will be selected, right? So now I'll come to this part and change the color, right? So if I want to change the color, it's very easy. Maybe I want to use something like green, but dark green. So this is the green, this is the saturated, that's concentrating. If you want the green to be more concentrated, you can do it here. If you want it to be darker a little, you can do it here. So I prefer using this dark green, so which I'm okay with. So I'm okay with the floor, right? So let me adjust the position so that it's balanced both sides. So for me to do that, I have to click on this select tool here, then click on the box so that I can drag it. So I think it's okay like this. So then the next one will indicate the atmosphere. So what I'll do, I'll create another rectangle starting from this edge because I want them to be the same, right? So drag this and take it here. So even sometimes if it is more than what you wanted to, you can adjust it. So what I'll tell you the other time is that sometimes if I clicked outside, you see that it's not selected again. So I'll just click on this tool and click on it and it will be selected. So let's adjust the rectangle. I think the rectangle is okay now. Both are very okay. Okay, this one still need to be adjusted to the right a little. I think they are okay now. Then I don't need border for the rectangle. Since I don't need border or outline, I'll select them. They come to outline and remove the outline. So I'll do the same for this and remove the outline. So though it look as if they don't have outline before I remove them, but should in case to avoid, so I just remove the outline. Let me drag this one to merge with this. Okay, so now they've merged. So this one is taking, I'm using sky blue. So the whole colors are dark because I reduced the brightness here. So I have to like adjust this brightness again so that I can see the colors. I'm using sky blue. Select sky blue. Maybe I can adjust the distance a little and the brightness. No, the brightness is okay, but this one just a little. So sky blue, right? So I'm good to go. If I want to adjust the color further, I can still do the same. Make sure this is selected, select the rectangle, then come here and like, okay, maybe I just want something other than green, right? So I can come here and really work on it. So let me work something like this. I think this is good. Then reduce it. Fine. So that is it. So we've created, we can put something like rock. To do that, we can put something like circle or rectangle. I prefer using circle. Just click on the circle, draw the circle. You can use any color of your choice. Let me just use blue. Since we are just, you just want to see how it works. Or use something like, let me use blue. Blue is fine. Calm down. So this tool is different from this, right? This is a select tool to select your item. You can use it to, when the item is selected, you can adjust their size diagonally and vertically or horizontally. But this one is for reshape. If you look at it, so when you click on it, you can reshape the circle, right? I can try to make it like this. Use the tools to my own advantage. Get, so when I'm through, click outside or click the select, or you can click outside, but I want to reduce the size. Size is too much. Okay, I think it's okay like this. I can duplicate it, select, take copy, then take paste. So maybe this one, I'll just do some little modification. Just shape it a little so it doesn't look exactly the same. Maybe it will look like a bigger rock. You understand? Fine. So we can change the color for, depends on you. So let's use something like okay, I think this is fine. So I'm good to go. So we've created our background, right? We've created our background. Let me reduce this a little. It's okay like this. So since we've created our background, then we can leave the costume area and come to our code. So we have to like code this background. So how do we make the background scroll? Well, what we'll do is that we'll select the background, then create a script for it to scroll. So, and you know that whenever we click on this green button, that's when it starts scrolling. You get it? Fine. So in that case, we'll have to bring the green when the green flag is clicked. So this is it. This is the first one. Then when the green flag is clicked, it should scroll. Now, what do we use to scroll? If we come to motion, we have move by X, because our scrolling is horizontal, not vertical. Change Y by 10. Change S. Oh, this is what I'm looking for, right? Change S by 10. Let me use 5, for example. So if I click on it, you see that it scrolls to the right, but we are not scrolling to the right, we are scrolling to the left. So in that case, we'll have to add a minus sign, and we'll click on it again. It scrolls right. So that is where we want it to scroll. So fine, it's scrolling. That's good. Then we want it to scroll forever, right? So for it to scroll forever, then we have to bring the forever tool here. Okay, this is it. So we'll place this inside forever and attach it again. So now let's click on the green button again. So you see that it's scrolling. Wow, that's fine. It's scrolling. Okay. Then for RV is behind, so that's not difficult. Just click on RV and come to look, and we'll bring it to front. Let's say switch. So we'll select the go to front here and click. So RV should be at the front now. So let's play it again. Okay. Start from the beginning, then play. So Avery is behind. Let's move the background to the back. So click on it and look for looks. There's under looks. You see go to front, right? Let's say go back. Okay, so Avery is here now. So if we run the script again, I think, okay, so this is scrolling background. So for now, you see that when it gets to the end, it's stopped, and that's not what we want. But rather, we want a situation that when it gets to the end, it continues. Should be a continuous background. So what we could do first, we have to set the initial position of the background before it scroll, right? So to do that, we'll come to motion and select go to X and the Y axis. So we'll come here, we'll put it here. Before it starts rotating, this background must be at 0 0. Let's use 0 0 because that will place it at the middle, right? So that's why I'm using 0 for both X and Y. So if we use 0 for both X and Y, it will be at the middle. Look at it. You see that it starts from the middle because we use 0 0. So that is set. Then what next? The background is scrolling, but we need a continuous background, not just one scroll and it stopped. We don't want it to stop here. So in this case, we have to use our if function or the if block. So let's bring our if block. Why are we using the if block? We want to say that when the background gets to here, right, then it should appear here again to continue with the flow. That's continue to scroll. So when it gets here, it scroll, it returns here and scroll again. So that's what we want to do. So it will be like a long background, but we know that it's not actually long in a real sense. So how do we do that? We have to know this position first. Yes, we have to know this position so that we can tell Scratch that it should pay attention that when the background gets to this position, it should start all over again. So how do we know that position? If we come to motion, there's a block called X position, right? So if I bring this block here, you know our background is selected already. So if I click on this X position, you see it is minus 8 4. Do you see it? Or yes, if I should select the sprite, which is average, and I bring this X position, it will tell me the position of average, which is minus 70. So understanding that means with the X position block, we can know the position of our slide. So what we want to tell the Scratch program is that whenever the scroll, that's the background, whenever I get to this point, which is in X position, which is a minus 484, then it should start all over. So which is simple, right? So understanding that, they will have to bring our if function or our if block. So this is the if block. We'll attach the if block, we'll put it inside the forever because it will keep on checking as it's scrolling, it keep on checking. So that's why it's inside the forever. Then this is where we'll set our condition, if you remember. So we have to bring our operator. Now what do we want to compare? If the X position is less than, maybe we can say if it is less than 480, we can use 481, we can use 482, we can use 483, right? So if it is less than 483, because it will stop at 484, so we have to use 483. So if it is less than 483, it returns. So how do we do that? So we use this operator less than, right? So put it here, less than. So bring position. So if position is less than minus 483, minus 483, right? So if it is less than minus 483, then what should happen? It should go back. So we have to create go to what? Duplicate. We don't need this one. So go to what? So if it is less than 483, then it should go back to this place. You know, the starting point of our background is 0 0, which is at the middle, right? But in this case now, when it is less than this, it should go to this very beginning. So this very beginning should be something like, since I'm using, normally what I do, since I'm using minus 483 here, I'll just put 483, which is positive 483, right? Fine. So now let's play it and see how it goes. So click on the green button and see it. So see the next background. You see it? So it starts from somewhere here. If you look at it very well. So even when you use your figure and it maybe instead of starting from somewhere here, it starts from somewhere close to the middle. Then you keep on adjusting it until you get the right place. So now that we've gotten the background scrolling continuously, there's still some things that we need to correct, which is this white background, this white space. They are not supposed to be white space, supposed to be continuous background. So how do we correct this? It's very easy. What we'll do, we have to duplicate the background. So right click and select duplicate. So when you click duplicate, oh sorry, it's like I mistakenly do something. Okay, so I mistakenly deleted it, so I have to go to edit and take restore sprite. So now say we have to duplicate this sprite. So for me to duplicate it, right click and take duplicate. So now I have an extra copy of the sprite, right? The same. Now if I should play the script again, you see that everything goes the same. Why? Because the background I duplicated is in the same position with this one that is scrolling. It's behind, so you think it's not there, but it's behind. They have the same color. But what we want to do, why is it like that? Because if you check this previous one, sprite 1, you see that it starts from 00, right? Then it goes whenever it gets to, if the current position is less than 483, then it goes to 483 on x-axis and 0 on y-axis. So the same thing with this. So they are using the same position, but that's not what we want. But rather, we want it to be different so that this new one will occupy that white space. Now, what are we going to do? So that we see how it works well, we have to adjust. I want to change the color for this new background. So I have to come to costume, and what I will just do, select the top and click here, just put something like, we'll take note, it's 50, right? So let's just adjust it like this so that the color will change, and then come back to the code. So stop this and click again. So see that they are different color, but we are not seeing it. It's not obvious yet. It's still hidden. It's still behind the previous sprite. So what we'll do, I'll adjust the position, the starting position. So let me adjust the starting position to something like 50, and then see if it will separate a little from. Do you see it? Fine. So now what I'll tell you is this: for us to use for us to get the best position so that it cover that space completely, what I usually do, I'll just look at the starting. That's, if you look at the previous one, the starting point here is 00, right? And goes to 483 to restart. So what I'll do, this 483, that's what will be the starting point of the new sprite. 483. 483. That'll be the starting point of the new sprite, right? So now let's see if it will work. So we'll click on the green flag and let's see. So I changed the color so that we'll see it. So you see that it aligned very well. So now for it to be like a long background, I'll just go back to that costume while it's selected, and then change it back to 50. So after adjusting it to 50, fine, I think we're good to go. Then go back. So now look at our background. Wow. So this is our background. Then we can still do something. It's like Avery is behind again, so we can just select Avery, come to look, and move it to the front. We'll say front. So this is Avery. So now it looks as if Avery is walking and moving forward, but on reality, Avery is just on one place, right? So you can even add some other things to your background, like there are two backgrounds, they are duplicates, but they are the same color. But you can select one of them, maybe the first or the second, and then come to costume, and you can add other things to them just to make it vary. Like for example, I can put something like something that look like tree. Let me choose a color like green. I'm using green. So a color like green, and do something like palm tree, right? So anything you put here, it will appear there. You get it? So let's go back to code. So we'll see. So the second background or sprite background will always give you that kind of. So this is how to create a scrolling background. Hope you understand it, and please, if you understand, just let me see your comment.